Lulu the Llama and the Jellybean Jungle. Once upon a time, in a sunny village nestled between two chocolate chip mountains, there lived a cheerful little llama named Lulu. She had the fluffiest fur in the land, and the biggest sense of adventure you could ever imagine. Lulu wasn't like the other llamas who liked to nap in the sun or munch on grass. No, Lulu loved exploring, and today, she was on a mission. "I'm going to find the legendary Jellybean Jungle," she declared, tightening the straps on her teeny tiny backpack filled with snacks, a map, and 3 sparkly stickers, just in case she made new friends. She trotted past Gumball River, waved to the marshmallow sheep, and followed a trail of glittery gumdrops until she reached the edge of something amazing, the Jellybean Jungle. It was exactly what it sounded like: trees with jellybean leaves, vines made of licorice, candy canes grew like flowers, and jellyfish-shaped clouds floated through cotton candy skies. But there was one problem. The jellybeans were missing. Lulu blinked. The trees were bare. The jellybeans that were supposed to wiggle and giggle were gone. Suddenly, a tiny squirrel with sugar-dusted whiskers skidded up to her. "Lulu, you're just in time," he squeaked. "The jellybeans have rolled away. A candy storm blew them into the giggling caves. Then let's go get them," Lulu said with a determined grin. So off they went, Lulu, the squirrel whose name was Sprinkle, and a bouncing jelly frog named Bloop who loved to sing everything he said. "We're on a beanie rescue mission, let's go." They climbed over sticky rock candy cliffs, slid down banana split hills, and tiptoed through a field of giggling flowers that laughed every time you stepped on them. "Hee hee, ah, you stepped on my petal." Finally, they reached the giggling caves. Echoes of jellybeans laughing filled the air. "Hee hee, oh ho ho." Inside, thousands of jellybeans were bouncing off the walls like rubber balls. "We," shouted a blue one, "we're free. Time to go home, you bouncy beans," Lulu called. "But we're having fun," said a red jellybean with sunglasses. Lulu had an idea. She whispered to Sprinkle and Bloop. They nodded and pulled out something magical. A giant jellybean-shaped trampoline. "Let's have one last bounce party," Lulu offered. And then everyone back to the trees. The jellybeans loved it. They bounced and boinged and flipped and flopped. Even Lulu did a double spin, which was very impressive for a llama. After the final bounce, the jellybeans giggled their way back to the jungle and happily reattached to their trees, wiggling and giggling just like they used to. "You saved the Jellybean Jungle," Sprinkle cheered. Bloop sang, "Lulu's the hero of the candy land." And Lulu? She just smiled and took out her sparkly stickers, giving one to Sprinkle, one to Bloop, and one for herself, because every great adventurer deserves a sparkly reward. And from that day on, Lulu was known as Lulu the Brave, Queen of the Jellybean Jungle.